The first time I chopped up a scav and saw all the limbs flying off one by one, it changed me. You know what a game like Stalker 2 gave me at that exact same moment? 400 shotguns that all felt exactly like each other. The gap between these feelings is exactly what's wrong with AAA gaming. When you can slow time and leap around with your Mantis Blades, chopping people into ribbons quicker than either of you can process, it seriously changes your perspective on gaming. By the end of this video, you'll understand how a seemingly simple mechanic represents all the best aspects of AAA art. I want people to see just how fun the ARM cyberware is, and how it represents something greater in gaming. Using your Mantis Blades in Cyberpunk consists of whipping it out, aggressively rushing down people, and then cutting them to pieces all before Panam calls you with a proposition. It's present primarily in melee builds, but it can be paired with the Sandy or Berserk operating systems, and that's the result of the freedom that the developers entrust into the hands of the player to take ownership of the game that they pay for. One time, I was recording myself using the Mantis Blades in conjunction with the Sandevistan to showcase how visceral Cyberpunk can get. Instead of normal games where you hide behind cover, shoot, or throw a grenade, I was able to dash out, activate my Sandy, speed over, and disintegrate this man into a fine red mist. Most Cyberpunk players that I've asked have a first experience using the Mantis Blades, and 9.9 times out of 10, it's a good one. There's a wide variety of different enchants you can get for your Mantis Blades, from fiery blades that look like they got ripped straight out of Doom Eternal, all the way to giving your Mantis Blades the hentai virus. And although they don't have specific scenarios where each and every one is the best, it more than makes up for it, simply by giving the player the freedom to have all these niche options to choose from. It's all about giving the player that significant sense of freedom, the player having fun, and what the player feels when chopping someone up. And by the way, this video will not just be praise. There are some things I dislike about the Mantis Blades, but we'll get into that a bit later. I just want you to understand, games are supposed to be fun. The fact that the term podcast games even exists is evidence of how we are being let down as consumers. The reason the Mantis Blades are held in such high regard is because of just how much rush rubbish is present in modern gaming. For every Mantis Blade, with its inspired uniqueness and fun-enabling gameplay loop, there's a plethora of other games with bland abilities that don't meaningfully change things up for the better. For example, a game which I love a lot, Stalker 2, has a striking variety of guns for you to utilize throughout your post-apocalyptic journey. But not once, not even on the highest difficulty, did I find a serious need to use one shotgun over another, one rifle over another, or anything like that, besides at the start of the game. Where Stalker 2 has a Saiga 12, a double barrel, a Spaz 12, a Predator, that all function identically, Cyberpunk has the aforementioned Mantis Blades, the arm cannon for ranged takeouts and stuns, the monowire for net running fiends, and the gorilla arms for roided up chrome junkies. Go in the comments and tell me a game you think has fun combat. I bet it's a game that embraces player freedom instead of trying to put a leash on the things that you can do. I'll put my favorite game's combat down too. Let's bring out some more comparisons. My all-time favorite game, Spark the Electric Jester 3, has mandatory combat sections that, although well fleshed out, don't seriously challenge the player to the point that they would need to utilize the various different forms that the titular Spark can take. There's plenty of cool forms, but what's the point when they don't seriously change combat, and they don't seriously give you any new fun tools to work with? Compare that to the Mantis Blades. It gives you a window to express yourself, a true look at what it's like to be you, the player. In my opinion, it's fun incarnate, and it's gaming done right. Obviously, you still have to move, think, and execute what you want to do, but it lets you do that in a way that feels vastly more fun than alternative options, which justifies the risk inherent to melee combat. What about all the different weapons and combo pathways in the game's Sifu? Although the game lacks the enemy types to seriously engage somebody at a top level, the game still enables you to have fun. There's the freedom and option to express yourself, which is exactly what the Mantis Blades get right. Most games try, but Cyberpunk tried and succeeded. And I'm not just trying to celebrate that here. I have videos that go into depth on how the Sandevistan and netrunning represent exactly what the Mantis Blades are doing here. It's not an issue of games not trying, it's that they're so close to being just that bit more fun, but don't take that extra step. And that's what I want to leave you with by the end of this video. Join my Discord. All in all, the reason the Mantis Blades matters is because it proves something that most modern AAA games are scared shitless to admit. Fun works, fun gets the bag, and fun is is what we need. It just brings a smile to my face, which is the reason that I'm making this video about the Mantis Blades. Thank you for watching my video. If you support that message, subscribe, like, comment, join my Discord. And by the way, I have a track record of responding to every single comment. So if you have a thought, leave it down and I will respond to you, even if you're really mean.